46 is brought to you by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, a toddler is removed from an alleged abusive home, and a suspect leads police on a foot pursuit. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Officials remove a child from what they are saying was an abusive situation. It's July 31st. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. A 2-year-old child with alleged numerous signs of abuse was removed from a home yesterday at the request of Child Protective Services. Matrix Walker and Whitney Lewis have been arrested for child abuse or neglect in the first degree. According to the declaration of arrest from the Nye County Sheriff's Office, they were dispatched to Aspire Mental Health in reference to an agency assist with the Division of Child and Family Services, who requested that they make contact with Lewis to take custody of her 2-year-old son. Upon arriving at the residence located on the 1400 block of Basin Avenue, they advised Whitney and Matrix that they were going to take custody of the child due to an ongoing investigation. While placing Whitney's son in the car seat, deputies say that they were able to observe bruising dark in color in the lower portion of his right hand and cheek. They also said that they saw a small bruise that was located in the middle of his forehead. Matrix Walker stated that the boy tends to get bruising from jumping on and off the bed of a trailer. The Department of Child and Family Services employees undressed the 2-year-old child and were able to observe multiple bruises in all different stages of healing, extending from his arms to his legs. They said he had dark bruising on his right and left cheek, extending upward to the bottom of his eyes. He had bruising in the helix of his ear, extending to a slight yellow bruising to the back of his ear. They also observed large bruises in the shape of an oval, which appeared to be a human bite mark. Half of the oval appeared to be thicker on the outline, possibly under the under portion of someone's mouth, and the lower half of the oval being a thinner outline, possibly the lower portion of someone's mouth. The oval bruises were layered on top of each other on his left leg. A possible bite mark was also observed inside his right thigh. Smaller bruises were located on the inside and outside of the arms and lower buttocks. Multiple bruises were observed in different shapes and sizes on the inside of the protected portions of his body, such as inside his arms and legs, as well as the outside and non-protected portion of his body and outer arms and legs. Upon speaking to the mother, Whitney Lewis, she stated that a bruise on his face was caused because she had smacked him for attempting to grab a hot pot off the stove, which she stated she felt was too hard for him. She was aware that her boyfriend Matrix was spanking him and flicking him on the lip. She stated that Matrix is strong and doesn't realize how strong he may be when he struck him on the butt twice. And she stated that it occurred around the time they moved into Matrix's trailer. Whitney said within the last 2 weeks while living with the boyfriend, he had thrown a fit and bit her before. She also said that she was scared that her 2-year-old son was growing habits of aggression and stated she could see images of his father in him, who she stated she was afraid of. According to the arrest record, Matrix also admitted to flicking the child's lips with his fingers several times, causing them to split and bleed. Both parents were transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. And drive-thru customers were shocked yesterday when police in pursuit of a suspect ran past them in the drive-thru of Panda Express. Sean Coy has been arrested for a parole and probation violation and a possible theft occurring at Walmart on Sunday afternoon. We'd like to thank Carl Mitchell for providing us this video, which shows the deputy shortly after tasing Coy, who allegedly ran from police. According to the declaration of arrest, deputies were dispatched to Walmart in reference to a shoplifting in progress. Deputies attempted to make contact with Coy, who was running through the parking lot towards Sonic. Sergeant James McRae was able to locate Sean running towards Panda Express Express and began a foot chase. Deputies made taser announcements, and Sean stopped running and went down to the ground and was taken into custody without further incident. A records check showed Sean was on probation with the Nevada Parole and Probation Department. Per policy, they advised PMP of the incident, who requested that Sean be taken into custody. The suspect left the shopping cart with other items totaling $200 in the parking lot as he was fleeing from the store loss prevention team. And we did confirm late this afternoon that that suspect was in fact not tased. Fire Chief Scott Lewis spoke to News 46 about new equipment for our firefighter paramedics.
With the PSST funding, we're able to outfit some of our personnel with body armor. And when we're engaged in law enforcement issues with the Nye County Sheriff's Office, we're able to protect our firefighters and paramedics. So when we engage in certain activities, that will be best protected.
What types of activities would require that?
Anything that might involve the anything with a law enforcement agency engagement, whether or not it's warrant searches or SWAT operations or anything that where we're called that there could be danger, we had done those as part of our protocols.
There's occasions that you guys are on scene with a person that might have a weapon.
It could be anything. It could have been a shooting. It could have been, there's a domestic ongoing. Those types of issues where it's a medical component, as well as the need for our firefighters to be better protected. That's where we utilize them.
How many did you get?
There's 13, and they're in our first aid engines in our heavy rescue.
This is something that is very common within other firefighting agencies, right?
It's an industry trend where firefighters are being equipped for such purposes, and it's in preparation of things like if there's an active shooter type of incident, that we'll be best prepared to go in and rescue people, protect the law enforcement as well as the firefighters in those type of activities.
Are these heavy?
Yes, they can. They are quite heavy.
Because your equipment that you normally have on is pretty heavy, right?
Right, and that adds to the additional weight of it, absolutely.
More news right after this.